2023 served as a farewell year to many football legends. Some retirements were completely expected, while others proved that anyone, no matter their age or star power, could decide to end it all at any moment. In this video, I'll showcase 10 players who, due to several different reasons, are very likely to finish their careers by the end of this season. And make sure you stay until the end, because the last two inclusions will leave you absolutely awestruck. Now, without further ado, let's get right to it. Number 10, Manuel Neuer. 2023 was a year to forget for the German legend. After suffering a serious injury while skiing and another one when he was about to be declared fully fit, Neuer was forced to stay on the sidelines for almost a full year, and that absence will always leave a mark on a player's ability and morale. Although he hasn't made many significant mistakes, his reaction time and footwork appear to be downgrading, and Bayern are already eyeing up a potential replacement for the veteran keeper. Only time will tell if I'm right, but if he permanently loses the number 1 spot in Germany and in Bayern, I just don't see him willing to continue playing after having conquered so much in his storied career. Number 9, Dele Alli. If you travel back to 2016 and told anyone Dele Alli would be finished by 27, no one would believe you, and rightfully so. Ali was one of the hottest English prospects at the time, and nobody could predict his career spiraling out of control the way it did. The fact of the matter is that the English midfielder has been haunted by injuries that prevent him from keeping any kind of good form. Add his mental health issues and superstar lifestyle to the mix, and you get a recipe for disaster. Dele Alli hasn't started in a match for over a year now, and considering that his contract ends this year, I firmly believe he'll hang up his boots soon after. Number 8, Luka Modric. Luka Modric promised a lot as a youngster and delivered even more. He's one of those rare cases where even though he has won a Ballon d'Or and has played at the highest level for over a decade now, many people still consider him underrated. It's impressive how he manages to outdo himself. Even though he's been given less minutes this season, Modric's performances continue to be on par with Real Madrid's quality. But when you reach a certain age, a coach has to evaluate their aging player's level on a game-by-game basis. Modric has already hinted at retirement from his national team, and it's also public that he wishes to end his career in the Spanish capital. With his contract running until June this year, we could very well witness the last dance of the Croatian magician in Euro 2024. Number 7, Andres Iniesta. It's actually surprising that Iniesta is still going at almost 40 years old, especially since he left the spotlight back in 2018. Although his dedication is admirable, if you research any of his last matches in Japan, you'll soon realize that the Iniesta that should have won a Ballon d'Or ahead of Messi and Ronaldo is long gone. His stamina is completely depleted, and at this point, he can only make a couple of short passes per match. So after losing space in Vissel Kobe, Iniesta moved to the Emirates club, taking another step down in his career. To be fair, his tenure in the Middle East has been slightly better than his terrible last year in Japan, but at this point, I think he should just call it a day and not tarnish his illustrious legacy. Number 6, Jamie Vardy. I don't think there's a single player active right now that surprises me more than Jamie Vardy. The guy goes against anything that's considered the norm in football, from drinking wine, Red Bull and eating cheese and ham omelets before his matches, to rising through the ranks of English football and still consistently bag over 10 goals a season. This absolute madman has done more than enough to be considered an English football icon. Perhaps even more impressive is his dedication to Leicester, as he rejected several offers from Premier League clubs after winning the league and very lucrative deals from Saudi Arabia after getting relegated. This season, he has been an important player for the Foxes, who are in good position to make a swift return to top flight. However, Vardy hasn't been able to play in every match, much less the full 90 minutes. If the Foxes do return to the Prem, I just don't think he has what it takes to accompany them to the top flight. So, what better way to retire than to do it with yet another promotion in his long career? Number 5, Paul Pogba. It's kind of ironic to include Pogba here. After all, if you didn't know better, you'd assume his career had already ended around 2020. In all seriousness, the French prodigy could have been much better if he wasn't plagued by injuries, but what truly put the last nail in the coffin of his career was his testosterone usage. Pogba was suspended for 2 years, and that ban could even be extended to 4 years. In the best case scenario, he'd be 32 when he was allowed to return, but at the same time, he would never be the same player. He couldn't remain in shape when he was an active player. Now without the effective training and game time, it would be nearly impossible. So in my eyes, by the end of the calendar year, he'll probably just finish his career on his own terms. Number 4. Jesse Lingard. This man's career has been a crazy ride. Lingard was one of the best youngsters in Man United's academy, and after several loans, he finally found his space in Old Trafford. But his time on top was short-lived, as his mental health and substance abuse issues prevented him from fully materializing his potential. His lowest point, though, would come after the 22-23 season ended, and Lingard found himself without a job for over 7 months now. At the time I'm making this video, he's rumored to join K-League side Seoul FC, but I wouldn't be surprised if he decided to leave the club and hang up his boots by the end of 2024. Number 3. Pepe. At almost 41 years old, it's unbelievable how Pepe is still a key figure in one of the biggest clubs in Portugal. The always fiery centre-back will most likely be a part of Portugal's squad for the Euros, but after that point, I seriously doubt he'll continue playing. You see, although he's still a starter for FC Porto, the Dragons lack quality defenders that can compete with him. Besides, the Portuguese legend has missed big chunks of the last 2 seasons due to injuries, and since he continues to apply the same physical style of play, I can only imagine him that those nagging fitness issues will become even more frequent. His body is clearly giving him signs, and with an international tournament coming up, I think this is the perfect time to end his career on his terms. Otherwise, with the imminent change of leadership in FC Porto, Pep could be shown the door, which would be a much more heartbreaking end to his career. Number 2. Cristiano Ronaldo. Yes, I know, Cristiano will go on until his legs simply don't allow him no more. Whether that's the best choice he can make is really not up to me to judge, but there's a possibility that the end of his legendary career could be closer than we think. If Portugal win the Euros, it would be very tempting for Ronaldo to end his career on a glorious high. After all, it's not guaranteed that he'll be able to participate in the next World Cup at 41 years old, since even a single injury at his age could determine his retirement. In the end, Ronaldo will have to ponder if it's worth risking the reputation and image that he's built throughout the years to reach that elusive 1000 goals mark. And number 1, Neymar Jr. If you remember watching Neymar as a Santos player, you'll also be familiar with the enormous amount of hype that he received as a youngster. Neither Messi nor Mbappe were hyped nearly as much as the Brazilian superstar, and back in 2012, many saw Neymar as a future replacement of Messi. Fast forward 12 years, and it's more than likely that Neymar could retire earlier than his mentor Messi. It's truly sad that his prime was shorter than what you'd expect of him, but after so many seasons filled with gaps caused by injuries, Neymar lost his shine and motivation, and now it appears that he can no longer remain fit. Just a few weeks after his debut with Al Hilal, Neymar suffered a devastating knee injury that ruled him out until the end of the season, and as a consequence, out of Copa America. Neymar has never won anything with Brazil, and in the last couple of years, he kinda passed the image that his last goal was to do so. But now, that dream looks impossible to achieve. Brazil has a big batch of talented attackers ready to replace him, and it will be very hard for him to conquer back his place. So in my opinion, he'll either announce his retirement by the end of the year, or follow an heartbreaking path similar to the one of Ronaldinho Gaúcho. And that is it for the video. Don't forget to leave a like so I know you wanna watch more content like this, and subscribe to never miss the most interesting football discussions, stories, and top 10 lists. Thank you for watching till the end, I appreciate you, and I will see you soon.